Now then, let's talk defense. In Elite we all rely on shields a lot to save our asses and our pockets, so choosing a right shield is very important. Some of you might already say that highest class and rating shields will be the best, but how certain are you about that statement? While it was true when the game came out, these days I'm not so sure about that. After spending some time looking at stat pages as if I lost any hope in life and became a bureaucrat, I realized few things. First, this is no way of living and I must end it all. And second, there are fantastic alternatives for ship shielding available. By default, we all have normal shields that do their job as intended, protecting you from space radiation, lasers, bullets, rockets, and corpses. These shields have decent stats, and from now on, it will be our control that I compare everything to. As mentioned, there are alternatives to normal shields, but unlike them, alternatives don't have additional ratings. And so, to be fair, I'll compare them to respective rating shields. Now then, first on chopping block is the newest shield type added to the game, Wave. It takes C rating only, and in comparison to normal shields, it regenerates faster, be that from broken to online, or damaged to full. Downsides to this shield are as follows: higher cost than normal C rate shields, but still lower than A rates, lower shield strength, and finally higher power distributor energy consumption rate. So in short, Wave won't make you or your opponents crave dick and pussy at the same time. Instead, it'll protect you from unwanted penetration. Sure, it can't take as much as abuse as your freaky BDSM friend, but at least Wave will come back for more sooner. Right then, moving on to other alternative, Prismatic shields. This is exact opposite of Wave. First off, it's A rating shield only, and just like Wave, it costs about 50% more than the same rating shields. But for that price you get higher shield strength and slower recharge from broken to online, but recharge rate stays the same. If you pardon my BDSM analogy for a bit, Prismatics essentially are that big fat guy that can take tons of lashings, but once it's out, you're left wondering, what have you done with your life to be involved with it, and where did it all go wrong? Oh, and just like that fat guy, Prismatics weigh twice as much as normal A-rate shields, and consume about 50% more energy. Anyhow, unlike other shields, this one is special in one other way. It's a power play reward for those that pledge allegiance to Assling Duval. So besides getting your money to buy this shield, you also have to grind power play, and that's not fun. Unless you involve that mystical gin potion I suggested. As an aesthetic bonus, each type of shield looks a bit different. While normal shields are typical blue, Wave being fabulous has violet overtones, and Prismatics have green overtones. So if you want to be a fashionable ship pimp, go for whichever corresponds best with your pimp cane. Anyways, which shield is the best? Well, for this you have to ask yourself, what are you going to do with it? Will you be trading, fighting, or exploring? Or maybe just sitting in some station rubbing one off? If you chose trading, then Prismatics are the best, since you need as much ass coverage as possible, because at that point, doing some human trafficking with imperial slaves, you look very inviting for any wanker with pair of squirt guns and an interdictor. So having something to hold those pricks away long enough for your frameshift to warm up is important. As for fighting, be that bounty hunting missions or assassinations, I personally fell in love with Wave shields as they recharge to full so quickly it allows me to waste no time and blast some more ass. Here though, I have to mention that you have to have at least some sort of piloting skills not to get shot constantly. Otherwise, Wave is less useful. See, even hunting I usually get shot a little, but not enough to have those shields break. And so every time I had normal shields, it took me minutes before I could get back into combat with full shields. And really, the only thing that you have to keep an eye out for while using Waves is energy levels on your power distributor, because oh man, if Wave were human, it'd be 10-year-old Irish kid, can take a beating and with crazy metabolism. Still, if you prefer to be more tanky, Prismatics are good for hunting too, but not on small ships. Trust me, it's not worth it. As for exploring, well, you really don't need any shields, so technically any will do. So in conclusion, Wave regens quickly and has a bit less HP. Prismatics has more mass, HP, and power consumption, and both of them cost more than normals. And frankly, I would prefer them over normal shields due to their upsides, but that's just the opinion of one space Latvian.